Welcome to episode number 19 of the Red Plates podcast, nearing number 20. Today we have a wonderful guest, Kayla Overchuck. How are you doing today, Kayla?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
Pretty well. We're doing all right. We're getting closer and closer to nationals, so I guess we're all prepping,
Yeah,
and yeah, we're gonna ramp it up soon. So decently
that's good.
excited.
You guys are all competing, all three of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah, we need
awesome.
redemption because you had a great nationals, but we didn't.
It's okay, it's comeback time.
Yeah, exactly. So that was actually a really crazy week for you because how many days apart was the World Junior Championship and Canadian Nationals?
It was 6 or 7 days apart. Like it was really just a week. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that's unreal. So for those of you who don't know, Kayla is she just placed second at sub junior worlds and then went to nationals and won Canadian Open Nationals. And the time difference was just 6 days between the two. We wanted to talk to you about that whole hectic week because most people compete maybe 2 times a year. You competed 2 times in 1 week, which is pretty insane.
It was crazy.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm
So
shocked at how well it went. So
it went very well. That was like
yeah,
the one thing we were talking about actually on the podcast. And I'm not sure if you had listened to the predictions that we had
I
going in. We
did.
were very okay, cool. So
Yeah.
what were you thinking when you heard the predictions?
Well, I don't know. I like thanks Jimmy for having my back, and there was someone else had my back. It was like two versus two, but I had no idea what was gonna happen. I was like, because last year after Worlds, I felt like crap. Like after coming back on the airplane and stuff, so I couldn't really imagine nationals going well. But it was
Mhm.
kind of a let's see what happens, and it just ended up going well. So that was really cool. Yeah,
Yeah, it was hard for us to pick. But let's
yeah,
touch on the day at Worlds first, because going in, did you
yeah.
know that you had a great shot to win?
Well, I was nominated third. And my only goal was to try and place on the podium because last year I placed eighth. And I thought it was
Hmm.
cool. I had a chance to place third and maybe get a deadlift medal. So that was really cool. And yeah, the squat medal was a complete surprise. Ryan didn't even tell me until my third attempt was done. I was like, oh, that's cool. So
That is
it was
very
it
cool.
was a really good experience. Ryan and Danny and Emma, they really handled me well. They went really well.
Yeah, and you hit 190 on the squat too, so 419. Was that a
Yeah.
PR or did you hit that once in the gym?
I've hit it a couple times in meets too. It was already
Oh,
my
okay.
national record, but I was scared that day. I was like, don't low more. I'm like, I probably have more, but just low 190. I need to get my third squat to like put myself in a good headspace for the meet. I want
Mhm.
to secure a good squat, and it was pretty easy. Like looking back, I totally had more in the tank, but I mean, there was no way mentally if he would have loaded like 195, I would have failed. Just 'cause I was like freaking out. So
Yeah, I've
yeah,
never been to a world championship, but I can understand the anxiety. And plus,
yeah,
like, you don't want to miss. And what if you got like a
yeah.
call on depth, you know?
Exactly. And it was like the podium, since there was the potential of going on the podium, I was like, dude, I can't miss a lift this year. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and you went 8 for 9, right? Just
Yeah.
missing that last deadlift.
Yeah, the
And
YOLO pull.
yeah, the YOLO pull. We were trying to find it actually just to watch it right before the podcast, but it was 252 kilos, so that's like
Yeah.
almost 560.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy. I
I
was
was
joking around with the handlers at the beginning of the meet. I was like, if ever it comes to like, my place is secured and it won't change anything, just load the world record for fun. Like just load it. It was like 151, I think, if we chipped it. I was like, just load it for fun, but it was a joke. And they didn't tell me until the last second. Like I saw 245 on the board for my third, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna PR my deadlift. I'm gonna leave. It's gonna be a great day. And that last second, they switched it, and like the whole crowd went wild, and I was like, what? It was awesome. It was like the best 2 seconds of my life when I saw that like this board change for like the world record. I was like, dude, you didn't load the record for real. It was awesome.
were you nervous walking out for that one?
Oh yeah, I was freaking out. Like Ryan gave me a pep talk. They got it on the camera, which was pretty cool to look back on. It's a nice memory. Like I knew I would have never pulled that, I think, but it was just like the act of seeing like world record on the board and just like knowing, hey, you actually loaded that on the bar. It was really cool. It was fun.
Yeah, you should post that. I don't know. Did you end up posting like the
Yeah,
clip?
Yeah, it's posted in my meet recap for the meet. It's just a little
Okay.
bit far down. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. No,
You'll
I had
have
to
to
share
give
it.
it
It was
another
just
watch.
the crowd was just crazy. Like I've never been to a meet with that much energy in the crowd. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the
Yeah.
kind of lifter that likes to know like what weight's on the bar before you go out, or are you someone that doesn't want to know?
It depends. Like when I'm freaking out, like I like to communicate with my handler. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
If I trust you, blow what you want, or I'm like, don't, just listen to me and put less. We're gonna do that, and that's it. So it
Okay.
depends. Yeah, the
Yeah,
deadlift,
that's
I
funny.
told
They
Ryan
just
he had to like
surprised
train
you.
hard. Yeah, exactly. It was crazy.
They
Like
built
the
your
your
confidence up.
stomach.
Just like we're just loading 245. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And then they,
And I was confident up until that point. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna leave with a good PR. And then they just bomb dropped like 2 seconds before going out into the platform. Like nice.
yeah.
And how did it
Yeah, this
feel going from placing like eighth to coming almost for the win, pulling for that win? Like just, I think it was just 1 year later, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was really, I was proud.
Yeah.
It was probably one of my proudest moments in powerlifting. It's really like I didn't get 9 for 9, but it was my best meet ever. So it was really fun.
Hmm. And was it a lot of the same people that you were competing against from like the year
Yeah.
before? Yeah.
Yeah. I had a lot of
Wow.
friends this year. It was a lot more fun too because of that. Last year was kind of like, I made friends, but people don't talk that much. But this year it was everyone was together. We did suppers with the other countries and stuff. It was really fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big, really cool part about Worlds. So I've never been to Worlds, but everyone talks so highly of
Yeah.
open Worlds. But I'm glad that
Hmm.
like Junior Worlds, they have that same kind of like connection between the countries, and it's lots of fun.
Yeah. And this year the hotel, like the venue was really a lot better than last year, I find. It was really cool though. It was set up with like the balcony and the spotlights and everything. It was just like the actual meet venue was cool, but the hotel was kind of like an all-included basis. So
Oh,
like
cool.
at the buffets, we would see like 200 athletes every day.
Oh,
Like last
wow.
year, it was all separate. People would go out to restaurants and stuff, but this year it was more inclusive. It was really cool.
Wow. So you guys were
Yeah,
probably like demolishing the buffet
yeah. I was
then.
like, they did not make a profit this week.
Yeah, they didn't know what they signed up for.
No, it was really, really cool.
And
Yeah, I saw the
Oliver,
balcony thing was really cool too. Like that group chat that we're in, we saw like a bunch of the Canadian guys, like they have like a flag out
Yeah,
or like a banner. So that
mhm.
looked like the spectator area looked like it was really cool this past year.
yeah. And the way the lights were set up, because it's like I think they do like opera shows or something. I don't know what they do there usually, but you can't see the crowd the way like the lights are set up. So like going onto the platform, you just see like nothing in front of you. So you're really focused. It's really fun. I liked it a lot. Better than like seeing all the people right in front of you. It's takes away
Yeah.
a stress, I find.
Yeah, it's cool to hear the hype of the crowd, but like, and I know like Worlds past couple years has definitely gotten better for that. Like people
Yeah.
actually cheer and are loud. Before it was like so
Yeah.
stressful because they're just like dead silent. Like you can hear a
Uh-huh.
pin drop, but yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
crazy
this
how.
year it was great. Every session, a lot of the countries showed up and everyone was really supportive of their other teammates. So it was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was gonna say, did you stay like afterwards? But I guess not, right? Like you had to go all the way to PEI right away.
I actually stayed until the banquet and I even had a couple beers with them. It was
Oh,
great. Yeah,
that's
we enjoyed
amazing.
our week there. Like we got to PEI. I remember contacting the meet directors and I was like, if I show up like Wednesday, is there a chance I compete? I arrived the day before I competed, I think.
Oh wow.
So yeah, it was a last second thing, but it was like I said, it was just I'm gonna go, I'm gonna have fun and see what happens. So yeah,
Yeah, and it happened. You did a great
yeah,
job at that meet.
I was
And
happy.
before we touch on that game day, did you end up training like any sessions between, like one or two?
Yeah, I had to to keep like my peak. The day after I competed, I didn't train, but the day after that, I did a couple like RP 8 lifts. It was the
Okay.
worst training of my life, but we got it in, and then I had two more taper sessions, I think, afterwards. Like it was really Phil did a good job at managing all my airplanes and stuff, so it was great.
Yeah, I bet that was really tough, especially doing RPE eights after
Dude,
attempting to pull 550.
my body was not happy. And then I had to do another weight cut for Nats too, because I'm not a actual 76. So that was great too. Felt like garbage. I was sick also, so it was the best combined bomb of like feeling like crap on meet day, but it's okay.
Oh my god. Did
Yeah.
you have to do a water load too? Like, did you immediately finish competing and start water loading pretty much, or?
We did it as like a water load and like precaution to see if I'd make weight or not, but I was looking good. But the day I woke up, I was not making weight, so I had to spit. But I made weight,
Okay,
so it's all good. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
water
know.
load
Like
started.
I was gonna say, water loading when you're on the plane also sucks.
Oh, I know. I had to do that when we left. It
Yeah.
was not fun. No.
So you had those training sessions, and then you were on the flight, like from Malta. You just went straight to PEI.
Yeah, I didn't come home. I just didn't.
Wow.
It would have been too long to come home and then leave again to go to PEI. So yeah, I was gone for like 3 weeks in total. It was long.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big journey. How many hours was it to go from Malta to PEI?
Uh, the airplane, there was like one 8 hour stretch. Then there was like long airplane wait times, and then it was like a 5 hour flight, and then another like 3 hour and a 1 hour or something like that. It was long. It was not fun, but
Yeah, that's
yeah,
I figured it's like it's not that bad and it is pretty bad, but it's not horrible in terms of
yeah,
distance, but it's just like they don't do Malta to PEI. Like
no,
likely, yeah.
no. I had to do like 5 different stops along the way. That was what was most annoying. It's getting off the plane, getting back on the plane. It's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Like the altitude drops like 5 times, like going all the way up and down. Definitely hard on the weight.
Oh man, it's great. It's an adventure.
So as soon as you started warming up at Nats, did you just know like, okay, I actually do feel on, like I feel strong?
Felt like crap. I was sick. I was like I was really sick, and Phil was like, "Well, things are moving," and I was like, "Okay, just load what you think I can do," because that's one thing I was grateful for. Since Phil's my coach and he was there, I know he knows exactly like what he could load. So I just said, "I trust you completely, even if it feels like crap. I mean, if it's moving, it's moving."
Mhm.
So it was kind of completely in his hands for what we were gonna do. So
Yeah, and it was another one where you made like a smaller jump into the third squat. You just
yeah.
knew like we got to make these lifts, and then at the end, if I need to, I'll just YOLO pull again.
Oh yeah. We spent like 5 minutes conving myself that I could do the third squat. I was like, that did not feel great, Phil. And he was like, you got it. I'm like, I'll try.
Just go
So
on up there. You got
yeah.
this.
Oh no, I was hyped. It moved better than my second, so that was great.
Yeah, you probably just needed to have
Mm,
that deep talking to. You're just like,
yeah.
okay,
It was just
I've
the
got
nerves.
this. Yeah, your
Yeah.
body probably hated you.
Oh man, it was terrible, but we got through it. Recovering from Nats was easy though. I feel like it was such like a shock to your body to do two competitions straight that the second time was easier than the first time. So
That's good.
it's a technique, guys.
So yeah, we'll just sign up for another meet like the week after Nats in case it doesn't go well,
You're
boys.
still peaked. You just don't feel very good.
It might
Yeah,
have been
there's
the,
actually. Oh, go ahead, Trevor.
I was gonna say it might have been the post meet bowling just kept her fresh and ready to go.
Facts.
Mhm.
That was great.
Yeah, that was a very fun time.
It was
Uh,
fun to let loose with the other athletes.
mhm. And you will not be at this upcoming nationals, right? Or
I'll
you
be
will
there, but
be.
as a spectator, yeah.
Okay, you'll be
Yeah,
spectating. Okay, cool. So, I mean, maybe they have a bowling alley out there and we can go again.
that would be great. I'm down.
Oh, so that should be
Moose Jaw
mandatory at every
Bowling.
meet now.
Huh?
It
Yeah.
should be mandatory at every meet now. They gotta have the bowling alley ready.
Facts. Included with the banquet. Be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll Google it. Moose Jaw Bowling. We'll have to
Yeah,
just
Ryan
check
said
it
there's like nothing in Moose Jaw, but we're gonna find something.
We
out.
can make a party.
Yeah,
We have to.
Isn't
yeah,
there
we will.
a big casino or something like that right by the meet venue? That's what they were saying, right? There's a big
Oh, I
casino.
think I've heard of that. That could be a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, post meet gambling.
God.
And if it doesn't go well, we could
When
go
you've got
Yeah,
nothing
really
left to
someone's gotta
lose.
boost their serotonin.
bad.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah,
That could be
maybe
a
the
good time.
casino's not it.
No?
It could be.
We'll see. It probably will be the only
We'll
option.
see.
So
I mean,
Yeah,
for it, if us three have another bad meet, it might be the only option. Just put it all on black and see what happens.
exactly.
oh no.
Sounds like a plan.
Is
So you'll
Oliver competing at this one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
coming for Trevor.
Oh
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, Trevor, you have to have a good meet because Oliver is looking super strong.
I have to, or it's over for me.
Uh, we'll see. We'll see what goes down.
How long has Oliver been competing?
He started shortly after me. It's been like 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are both so good for being so new. It's
Well,
crazy.
it's because we were like we didn't know powerlifting existed, but we were powerlifting for like the past
Okay.
5, 6 years together. Like we have a little mini club where I'm from. I live in the middle of nowhere, so like powerlifting did not exist here. And it's one of our friends that went to a competition and tried to convince us for like 3 years to start, and we just had no interest. And then when COVID came along, we did like a secret gym because it was like illegal to train with people and stuff. So we rented out like this garage and we did a mini gym. And then he convinced us again, you got to do a meet, you got to do a meet. So then I signed up for one right after when we started to be able to go out again and stuff. So I did my first meet. And when he came, he was like, damn, this is cool. So he did his first meet. So it's only been like 2 years, but we've been training for a long time.
Oh, cool. And where did the like idea to just train so heavy, like squat, bench, and deadlift even come from?
We just enjoyed it. We watch a lot of YouTube. Like I know he used to watch Bryce a lot, like from Calgary Barbell, and Jimmy Jamufu and stuff like that. We would just I
Mm.
don't know. We
Yeah.
just like training. It was just fun. We did a couple like Smolovs on the bench for fun when we didn't know what we were doing. And the Candito 6 week program, that was like the OG program we did like 50,000 times. So we just enjoyed training like that. I don't know. We didn't know it was a competitive sport. And even when I started, it wasn't as popular as it is like now. In 2 years, the
Mhm.
sport's grown exponentially. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's growing very fast.
Yeah, because you guys started like right after COVID, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember that like first year back before like it was normal. Most of the meets were pretty small. Like since then,
Hmm.
everything's gotten way bigger.
No, just our provincials. I think all the 76s, open and junior, we were put together and we were four. And now this
Oh
year they were
damn!
like 25. So
Oh my gosh.
it's
Wow.
crazy. Like it goes really fast.
Yeah.
And you were telling us before that you grew up in the States. You were born in the States, and then you
Yeah.
moved to Canada. Did you move right to Quebec right away?
Yeah, right to Rwanda in the middle of nowhere. It's where my dad's from.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why we chose here. It's really far from everything. Like I have to take a plane to get to Montreal to leave for like competitions. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't
Or I
know it
can
was like
drive, but it's
that.
8 hours. So
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
yeah,
So it's
kind of like
truly the
Moose Jaw.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
But
Is it like
you're
north?
used
It's
to
like
it.
north of Montreal?
Yeah, it's way down north. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like minus 40 sometimes here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. How's the weather?
But
How's
this
the
year
weather
it's a
right
really,
now?
really warm winter. Like it's minus 20, minus 15. So it's nice.
so when you guys were training in that garage thing, did you have heaters?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like Luke and I, for a while, like during COVID, we trained in like a storage container. So
Yeah.
it was like freezing cold. I remember we get it in the barbell, like you couldn't even hold it with your bare hands. We had to
Oh
take
yeah,
like
it
a
hurt.
hair dryer and like warm it up or like whatever. Yeah.
Oh, those were like the best trainings. It's so funny to look back on that. I'm like, dude, we trained like that for almost a year.
Yeah.
It was an adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, we were always scared because it was so cold. Like if you'd unrack the squat, even if you warmed up enough, you'd like be scared to like actually descend. You're like, will
Gonna
I
break
come
your
back?
knees and hips.
Yeah, or just like
Uh,
snap anything. It was scary, but it was fun, and I'm glad that we
yeah.
kept doing it, you know.
Yeah, no, when the gym closed, it was terrible. It was not a good time.
Hmm. And did you play sports like beforehand? Like, did you have anything like that that you did?
No, I grew up like obese and I hated sports. And the only thing I did as a sport, I skateboarded when I became a teenager. When I was like 13, 14, in my emo phase, kind of. And then I started going to the gym shortly after that. And then I met Oliver at the gym and we started powerlifting. So
Oh wow. Okay, so
yeah,
no sports background, and then joins
no,
powerlifting and becomes an absolute legend.
I got
Yeah,
good genes, I guess.
yeah, because I feel like a lot of really good powerlifters, for the most part, came from like a sports background. but it's pretty cool that you just started lifting, and then was it like your idea or Oliver's to like kind of start lifting heavier and like powerlifting?
Uh, it kind of came together. I don't know. Like I was already training. I started training in a gym when I was like 13, and I met him when I was 16. We became friends and stuff, and our whole group kind of enjoyed benching and stuff. I never benched in my life. Like I couldn't bench the bar, but then it became my goal to bench a plate. So I think that's where the journey started to where we started enjoying the lift heavier because I was like, damn, this is fun. So it was cool. It
Yeah.
was kind of a mix.
Yeah, once you start and you have that one goal, then you finally
Yeah,
hit it, you're like, okay, what's next? And what's next?
exactly. You can't
Yeah.
stop afterwards. It's like you're never like, okay, this is my last PR. It's enough. I'm done.
Yeah, no, definitely not. So you guys both started lifting. You did your first meet, and once you did it, did you just know like, okay, competing, like the friend that recommended it to you, they were right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it
yeah.
was so fun. I was freaking out like crazy. I was so happy. There was this one girl who's done like 50 meets. She was so sweet and calm, and she was like, "Dude, breathe." I was like, "I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna die. I can't go out there." I'm like, "I'm not doing my squat, the opening squat." I was like terrified, and she was like, "Just sit down, breathe." I'm like, "I can't breathe." But she was really sweet, and she made my experience a lot better. But like after the first squat was done, I was like, "Okay, this is a great sport." So
Yeah, it's always that first squat. Like people, I mean, even
yeah,
now, like we've all competed a lot of times, but it's usually still the most scary thing because it's like, well, what if I forgot? What if
yeah.
what if the peak didn't work?
Hey, at Centrals in February, I forgot that there was like the commands, and I got red lighted on my opener, and I was so happy. I was like, "Damn, that moved great!" And I turned around. Oh, what did I do? So that was a good opening to that meet. I did the same thing on the bench on my opening bench. I forgot about the commands. I was in La La Land. I was having fun.
Yeah, you're just focused on moving the weights.
Yeah, it was
Did you
great.
did you miss every command? Like you didn't get start or like rack?
I
Like you just
I just went out there and I squatted, and I was like, "Oh crap, there's commands on this." And like I practiced with commands in training. I don't know. I was just like in my bubble. So
that's
I
too
told Phil
good.
I never do that again. So he was stressing.
Yeah, he has to like tell you, remember the commands, and you're like, I've already been to Worlds, like
Yeah, and that was my qualifier to go to Worlds again that year. So I was like, I can't bomb out, and I just failed my opener.
What? Did you guys go up anyways?
Well, yeah, I had like no. Did we go up? I think we kept the same weight, but then we did a bigger jump on my third.
Okay.
And yeah, they with a deadlift though. I deadlifted 500 pounds thanks to that. So that was great because he did not want me to deadlift 500 pounds that day. And we kind of were forced to have a bigger total. So that was great. It was a good outcome.
I
oh
can see too. So
yeah.
this is Central's 2024. It shows like you missed your second pull and then jumped to 500 anyways.
Yeah,
That's
well, yeah,
sick.
it's because they said I had soft knees on my
Okay.
second. I think it was soft knees or I wasn't leaning back enough. And then Phil was like, dude, if you don't pull something crazy on your third, your total is like it's complete crap. So I was like, just load 500. Let's end this. So that was
Damn.
awesome. Yeah, he was freaking out. He was talking with Jimmy in the back, and they were like, "Do we do it?" And I was like, "Just do it." So that was a really, really cool moment too.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Did you
First
have anyone that
500.
was close to you for the world qualifier that year?
Well, there was Laura de Romilly. She's a strong woman. She does like strong woman competitions, and her total was pretty high too. I think she did like 487, 490, somewhere like that.
Oh geez, okay. So it was
Yeah, exactly.
close.
She was
Yeah.
nominated fourth for Worlds. Like I was third, and she was nominated fourth. So it was like we both ended up getting invited, but I was like, damn, if I miss this meet completely, her total's gonna beat mine. So
Wow.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a big
Yeah.
gamble on the deadlift then, but it paid off.
yeah. Oh, I was so hyped. I was
Yeah,
like, it was my first like Hail Mary pull of my life. It was cool.
So when you got into the sport, did you have anyone that you looked up to in terms of like a role model, like maybe Canadian or internationally?
Well, of course, there's like the basic Jessica Butner and everything that I've always looked up to. But
Mhm.
other than that, we've been watching videos on Calgary Barbell for a really long time, and that kind of helped us, like especially for deadlift and stuff. Learned a lot of technique and stuff getting into powerlifting because we had no idea what we were doing in the beginning. So it was kind of like self-coach for a while, watching a lot of YouTube videos. Some of our friends here in town too. It was fun to watch them go along. And my friend Clovis, he helped us a lot too. He's become a coach recently, and he's been through like 50,000 injuries, and he keeps coming back. Never seen someone so determined to stay in the sport. So I look up to him a lot. It's cool.
Yeah, it's nice to see when someone doesn't let like an injury like
Yeah.
make them leave. So he's just making sure he stays around.
Yeah, no, we trained with him. It was like us, we were a trio at some point doing like the same programs all the time. And sometimes he would get injure himself and we'd end up putting the same weights on the bars and it was it was funny. It was good training. He's never gotten discouraged about it. So it was nice to see the attitude he would bring towards the trainings and stuff. So
Yeah, he's clearly passionate and determined. So
yeah.
that's
It gives
cool.
you a
It'll
different
be
perspective on things.
Yeah, because if you're just like killing it all the time, you get to see like, sadly he's going through it, but he just doesn't give up anyway.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause it's not always gonna be great, you know. We're all gonna get injured at some point. You know, if you just give up, then it sucks.
That's one thing I was gonna ask you because like you got into the sport like just like focusing on getting strong really fast. Did you ever go through injuries and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just last year for Worlds, I squatted like 3 times in my prep because my knee was completely busted, hurting like crazy. Like my squat's been stuck at 190 for a long time because my knee always like flares up. This year though, we've been working really hard on recovering that. So my squat, 190 is a decent squat, but I'm really excited to push it to the 200s. But I haven't had any pain for the prep for Worlds this year. So we're after my pregnancy, we're gonna go back up to a bigger squat, hopefully.
Yeah, and congrats on your pregnancy. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Yeah, we were gonna
excited.
open with it, but yeah, I'm glad
That's
that we got
okay.
around to talking about it.
Yeah, I had to post it at some point because everyone kept texting me after they saw I wasn't in the nationals. Like, hey, what are you doing? You dropped out? Like, why
Oh.
aren't you doing it? I was like, I can't keep lying to everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of feels weird just
Yeah.
texting everyone like, "Oh, I didn't want to do
Yeah, exactly.
it.
I just decided it wasn't for me, guys.
I'm done with this."
I'm done with this sport.
Yeah, so you'll be there then to support Oliver, but obviously you'll be pretty deep into your pregnancy, so lifting
Yeah.
isn't, yeah, it's not an
Well,
option.
I wanted to do it at first. I was like, there's some pregnant women who compete and like they continue training the whole. I was going strong training up until I had a problem with my appendix and I had to get a surgery done. So then
Mm.
I haven't been training at all for the past 6 weeks. But up until that point, I was really determined to keep training and it was going pretty well. Like I was doing beltless work and it was great.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I've
you
seen some people that are like very pregnant that are still training pretty heavy. Like
Yeah, I don't know
I
if you
don't
guys
think
have seen
maybe
the
not
Lucy
competing, but like
Martins.
sorry.
Lucy Martins. If you look her up on Instagram, she's from Sweden and she did the international teams and stuff. She competed at 9 months pregnant and she pulled like a 200 kilo deadlift. She squatted 180 beltless at 8 months. Like
Oh
she's
my gosh.
crazy.
Oh my
She's
god.
crazy, man. Yeah,
Damn. Does that count as the baby's first meet, I guess, too?
I guess. I mean, they're not.
It's like,
yeah, the babies can
holy.
be super strong.
Facts.
Yeah,
I think she won the meet. It was really cool. Yeah.
damn.
There's some people that don't train at all because they just don't feel well, but there's some other people that train a lot. There's no like solid data supporting that it's bad for you. So, I mean, I guess you go with how it feels.
Yeah, of course, if it's not good, it's not working, then you wouldn't force it. But
Yeah,
I guess your
exactly.
plan now is to start training again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
started again. Like this week, I deadlifted 2 plates for the first time in 6 weeks,
Uh,
which was a big milestone. So we're starting back from the bottom because I have to get my core back to working and don't want to rip my stitches or anything. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you gotta take it light. I
exactly.
mean, you were pushing crazy hard, and this little break won't do anything bad anyways. Like, you
Yeah, I'm
know,
just excited to come back. So a
yeah,
little
and when
motivation.
yeah, you'll be fired up. You'll be
Yeah.
excited to start working again. And when you do come back, what are some of the goals that you have? You want to make it back to the world level. Will you be doing this worlds or no?
Well, no, open worlds, no for sure, because my due date's like literally the same week.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that won't work. And junior worlds, I mean, I'm not going to be able to do nationals, so I can't qualify.
Mhm.
But I still have a year left in the juniors, so I'm planning on doing next year as my like last junior international meet, and then we'll go into the open and see where that goes.
That'll be exciting too, because you'll have your opportunity to hopefully, actually, because you came from eighth to podium, and then your
Yeah,
last shot, it's like, okay, I must win now.
that would be cool. That would be really, really an exciting meet.
Very exciting, yeah. So at this past nationals, when you won, did you end up meeting some of the people that you had looked up to, like Jess and Bryce?
I went bowling with them.
Exactly, yeah.
It was really cool. It was nice. It's just crazy to see all the people like you've been watching on a screen for so long, like in real life. It's like, damn, these people exist, and they're like, they were really nice. It was really fun to go bowling with them and talk about everything. So it was like intimidating a bit. I was like, damn, like if I went to open world, it was scary to think. I was like, I'm gonna go with this team. It's gonna be cool. It's a big step.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy once you've been watching someone on YouTube or Instagram, especially like
Hmm.
Bryce, I guess you probably watched like a lot of YouTube videos and then
Yeah,
you see the person in real life and you're like, "Oh my God, you're not fake."
yeah. No, I
You're just
remember I
hanging
met him
out.
at the first time at not like the last nationals, but the year before that in 2023. And yeah, I talked to him after my competition. I was like, damn, that was cool. And then this year it was like, hey, like more friendly. It's cool to get to know the people on the personal level.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the really cool part about nationals. Like obviously competing at a high level is very
Yeah,
fun, but you get to see people for most people, like, everyone lives in the faraway places in Canada, but you get
yeah.
to see everyone together, and it's usually lots
Hmm.
of fun.
Oh yeah, like I talked with Brittany and Garrett for a while. It's just fun to meet these people in like real life, you know. Get the support
Yeah.
from these big faces that you see that are like crazy in the sport.
Mhm. Yeah, it was cool too. Like when in PEI, I remember when I first got there, I just went to like a random restaurant and then I look around, I just see like a bunch, I can tell
Yeah,
everyone's a power lifter, but then you see some familiar faces too. So it's always a
we
good
take
time.
over the town.
Yeah, we really do. At Moose Jaw, we're gonna be like probably half the population.
Oh yeah, we're like 700 or something, and like it signed up. It's a crazy amount of people for a little town like that. It's gonna be great. I'm excited to see the meet venue since they've already hosted Worlds. Ria and Ryan
Uh, they
in
hosted. Oh yeah, actually, I get
yeah in
were they the
2019
host?
they hosted Worlds, so they're probably gonna host a pretty good nationals. It's gonna be a
Hmm.
cool meet.
Yeah, I think it was the 2018 Worlds, and then they did Westerns as well that just happened, and that meet was apparently very good too.
Yeah, I didn't go to that one, but we'll see this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we didn't go out there either. We did the Easterns, which was cool as well, like to go to Newfoundland. I don't know.
Okay,
Have you competed there before?
no, never in my life.
Mm. So I think are they doing nationals, I think in
Yeah,
2026? Oh,
2026. Yeah.
so there you go. You'll go
Okay,
during that time.
okay, but
Yeah, Newfoundland is amazing. I really like it. So that'll be fun. Oh, is it
It'd be
when is
better if it wasn't in February though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Dang, it's gonna be in February.
you guys don't like the February meets?
Just the cold, like when you go and then like
Ah,
you can't really like go anywhere. Like I think so we went in March, was it? Yeah, March of this
Yeah,
year.
end of March. Yeah.
Yeah, end of March. And so I mean that might have been even better weather for them. But me and Kyle, Trevor didn't come. I think he was like with Eric having drinks. But me and Kyle went to the top of the top of the big like Signal Hill and it was crazy how cold like the wind was coming off the ocean just like attacking your face and it's like it was still cool to do but yeah it
yeah.
was
Well, yeah,
it's
on an
impressive.
island, it must be freezing. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see like the big like cargo ships and like the fishing ships like going out and then like the cold
Hmm.
wind just attacking you, but it was fun
Well,
anyway.
yeah, it's cool to visit like everywhere in Canada, and that's what I love the most. I think about the nationals. You get to visit a bunch of places you never would have gone to if not. Like, don't
Yeah.
think I ever would have visited PEI if I didn't have a reason to go there. So
Mhm.
Yeah, PI is
Yes.
really nice, especially in
it is.
September. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was a
the
nice
September
vacation.
meets are definitely nice, but the schedule is kind of weird.
Yeah, you got the Pito week after World.
Yeah. It'd be nice if it could stay like that, but it just all those international meets in the summer, it's kind of tough.
Hmm. Yeah, and even the Commonwealths and everything are like a month after.
Yeah,
They're
it was like
usually
a
in like
couple weeks, I
October
think.
and something, September or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah. Literally, the whole IPF calendar is jammed from like June till
Yeah.
end of September, October.
They could maybe do it in like May or something like that. Be a little bit warmer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
That'd be right
then it's
before
it's
Open
right
closer to
before
Worlds.
Worlds.
Worlds, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the open worlds.
I think like November would be okay, but I don't know. That's
Well,
above our heads. We're just podcasters.
hear me
You
out.
guys
Hear
need to
me
start a
out, though,
petition.
guys. Hear me out. This is what we do. We call it the Kayla Nationals, and you just do it 1 week before Worlds, and then everyone
Yeah.
goes to Worlds.
You just exactly. They have to pay for the airplane ticket though.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not picked, you didn't spend $3 grand for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll be super expensive last minute, or maybe you find the one empty seat, and then you're
Yeah,
good.
maybe.
Probably not, though. Yeah, that's the one thing too, because I don't know how much it would be for you to fly. You're flying. You guys are flying to Moose Jaw, right?
Yeah.
Did did you book your tickets?
Yeah, we've already booked them and they're a bit more expensive because like I say, we have to go to Montreal and then we can leave to go there. Like
Mhm.
there's no flights where we live that go directly, so it's an extra like $500 each, which
Oh wow.
sucks, but I mean it's the price you pay when you live in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah, that makes sense. You're kind of used to it, I'd assume then.
yeah,
Even Trevor and I's
exactly.
flight, like we're flying out of Toronto and we still have to get a layover. Like I think we're flying into
Yeah.
Winnipeg and then into
Yeah.
There's
Regina.
no direct flights. It's Ryan
Yeah.
told me about that at Worlds. He was like, "Man, I don't want to go home." He had like a 33-hour like layovers and stuff because he has
Oh
to
God.
like cross over the entire Canada and then come back. It really sucks when you live in Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
And then
think
yeah, it's an
our
hour
way
drive. Like
home.
once you get to the airport, you have to
Yeah,
either get a cab that's like $100 or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because on the way home, don't we have to go to Calgary and then to Toronto or something?
I think we ended up just
Calgary.
paying a bit more to avoid that. Like the other
Did we?
flights were like weird times, but like we just paid more. We're like, we're
Oh,
not
that's
going
right.
back and forth.
That's
Yeah.
the only like return flight was an overnight stay, so we have to sleep a night in Toronto and then we can come back to Montreal and then come back.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
You guys would be almost closer to Toronto, wouldn't you, to Montreal?
It's about the same distance, kind of like a triangle. It's a bit further, I think. Yeah, like maybe a 9-hour drive.
Oh, okay. Oliver
Yeah.
tried to explain to me, I think, where you guys live, but it's very French and I was drunk.
It's a good recipe to understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like kind of by New Liskeard-ish, Ontario, kind of. Sort
Yeah,
of. I
well,
think
New
that's what he
Liskeard
said.
is like an hour and a half away from us.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it would be, yeah, it'd be like 9 hours or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you guys are butt fuck nowhere.
yeah. We'll do nationals where we live one day.
I always wondered why they don't do nationals like at the main airports, like in Toronto or like in Montreal. Like
I
imagine a
don't know.
nationals in Montreal
Yeah.
or something.
It would
Like
be
that'd be
great.
cool.
It would
Yeah.
be really easy and accessible.
Yeah. I guess
I
just
think
like renting
the
the venue would be a lot more expensive, and then like
Yeah,
the hotels
yeah.
and stuff would be more expensive.
no, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember 2019, like Ottawa Nats, the airport was like across the road from that
Yeah,
convention center.
I
That's
really
cool.
like that one. I like
Yeah,
that Nationals. The
yeah,
venue
that
was
was
sick.
probably the
Yeah.
best one
That was
we've
when you
done, I
drove
think.
to though, right? The Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just drove. I didn't know Trevor back then actually. But yeah, no, that was like the best national, or maybe not the best, maybe that's a stretch, but it was really nice. And it was like
Mhm.
elevated stages and like the venue was massive, probably
Yeah,
like
it was huge.
what, like 30-foot ceilings or something, maybe more, and it was so big. It
That's
was really
awesome.
cool. Yeah. They had like
It
a
was,
media team too, I think, filming everything, so it was cool.
Okay,
yeah, I remember
that's
they
really
had the
nice.
good live stream commentary and everything.
Mm,
I
yeah.
don't even remember who hosted that one, but
Yeah, I don't know because I think for a while there, like people weren't hosting meets again in Ottawa, but that would be cool. Ottawa's nice. I'm sure it wasn't that hard for everyone to get there. So,
Yeah, and Ottawa's closer to us. It's like 6.5-hour drive. Not that bad.
oh wow,
oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's not
Ottawa's
bad.
the
yeah,
closest.
yeah.
Ottawa's
It's
the
not.
closest main city then.
Yeah, I guess you could say
Close, 6 hour
yeah.
drive.
Close. Yeah, I've never like driven under 8 hours for a meet, so
Jesus.
yeah.
Like
So you
how many
guys,
people live where you are? Like what's the population?
We're 40,000 about like in Rouen, but the where I live, we're like an hour away from a bunch of like mini municipalities, mettons.
Yeah.
So we're more people than that, but like in Rouen, we're like 40,000.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I also am kind of in buttfuck nowhere, but Toronto's only like hour and a half probably,
Yeah.
so we're
I
not that
swear
far
it's
removed.
even less. Oh, I guess Toronto, because I'm not
It's
fully
just
in
the
Toronto. Yeah.
traffic. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's probably like 100. If there was no traffic and I left, it's probably like 120 kilometers or something.
Okay.
But Toronto is an hour from Toronto, so
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
well, you can't get anywhere. Like you could be
It
in
sucks
Toronto,
living
it
in a
could,
bigger city because of that. Like
yeah,
it's terrible.
yeah. I don't know how you guys do it. Every time we train on the weekends and we got to drive somewhere, I'm like, this is horrible.
No,
Well,
no, that's what I like about my
oh
town. It's
yeah,
like 5 minutes
actually.
is everywhere.
Yeah,
Do you guys train in your town now? Like, is there a gym that you guys go to there?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
after COVID, mettons, when we did our little gym garage and everything, and we have two commercial gyms where I'm from, and one of them we've been training there forever. Like everyone in our group has been there for like 5 or plus years, and he's really chill. It's like in a basement, and it's like old gear and stuff, and he's really really nice. And we asked him if we could bring in a combo rack, and if we did that, we'd bring him like 20 powerlifters because we started having a little club and stuff. So he destroyed his old office and let us put a combo rack there. And everyone thinks I still train in a garage because of that, because it's a tiny closet that we train in, made of like cement. But so there's a combo rack in there, but on the other side of the wall, it's a commercial gym. And just recently, we've have like 40 members now that want to power lift. So he ended up buying another combo rack and setting up two deadlift platforms for us. And he's thinking about maybe getting a third one. So it's pretty cool. We're starting to have like a mini powerlifting gym here. That's
Wow.
nice. Yeah.
That's really good, especially if there's only
Yeah.
like 40,000 people around and then
Yeah.
there's like 40 powerlifters. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was actually surprised. The president of like our federation in Quebec, he told us like in percentage we have the highest concentration in Rouen, which is really cool.
that's hilarious.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean it's because here everyone plays hockey because like we're in the middle of nowhere. Everyone plays hockey and everyone knows everyone. And if you don't make it to the big league after that, the kids just kind of like don't know what to do with their life and they get depressed and look for a sport. So we've been just collecting them and we're like, come join the powerlifting cult.
Just recruit all the
Yeah,
washed up hockey
yeah,
players.
exactly. So we're starting to have a lot of people, and we even have a couple of girls. We're like five girls now, which is pretty cool because in the beginning I was the only one like who would even touch a barbell, so
Yeah.
it's really nice.
That's cool, yeah. And then they probably see like the normal, like average member at the gym gets to see you guys all like having fun and being like strong and and they're like, oh, well maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's become so normalized, and it's funny because like there's a bunch of people like 80 years old who just train for fun, and they're all like our best friends now. But like Oliver, sometimes he'll be benching like 500 pounds and not even impressed anymore because it's so normalized. I'm just like, you guys have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's wild because those 80-year-olds are just thinking 500-pound benches are normal now. Thanks,
Well,
Solid.
yeah, it's really funny. I'm like, you guys, they're our biggest supporters. It's great. Always asking us like, when's your next competition and stuff. So it's nice.
I feel like the average person, once you see like a lot of plates on the bar, they just think it's the same thing, you know? Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's 405, it's 500, same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
After four and up is all the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I think actually at certain gyms, if you load even 3 plates, like at a commercial gym, like you're already God mode. So like if you
Yeah.
load 4, it's like
Facts.
cool, but 3 plates is enough.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it's rare to see somebody squat 3 plates in a regular gym,
Yeah,
like to
that's
death.
true. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Eyes like just flock to you, like everyone's head turns.
Hmm.
If you put that third plate into the air, it's like, what?
What? Who is this guy?
Oh no. Yeah, people the perceptions of strength are pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, our goal eventually is to make like our own powerlifting gym. It's just we're waiting for a good locale to be emptied out and stuff and really put our mind to it. So it'll come eventually.
That'd be cool. And then we'll have to take the 8-hour drive or 10-hour
Yeah.
drive out.
To be
We'll
honest, I
host a
feel like
meet
having like
eventually.
a combo rack and some powerlifting equipment and then like the commercial gym is kind of like the best of both worlds because then you have like
Ah,
the
it's great.
bodybuilding machines and stuff too.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
the gym kind of sucks like location wise because it's in a basement. It's old. It's cracked everywhere. There's not like carpet everywhere and stuff. But I mean, like if you just took all the gear and moved it to like a gym with windows or something, It would be just, it would be so great.
It adds to the atmosphere. You have to have it
Yeah,
grungy and
exactly.
dark. And
Yeah, well, exactly. There's two gyms. There's the grungy one where like all the powerlifters are, and the other one is like super fancy and like you're scared to breathe too loudly. So,
oh, okay.
so it's a we're good where we're at.
So you mentioned that a lot of the people in the area are like hockey players and then they move to powerlifting. If you weren't powerlifting and like you just skateboarded before, what do you think you would be doing? Like it for
Not
maybe a
hockey.
hobby? No?
I snowboarded, would probably still be snowboarding. Like I love snowboarding, but it's just the risk of hurting yourself is so high when you're trying to powerlift that it's just not worth it anymore. So
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah,
keep trying to
snowboarding is
convince
fun.
Trevor to go rock climbing, but he won't do it.
it's so hard, man. My brother rock climbs, like he does competitions and stuff, and I went the other day and like, dude, there's like 6-year-old kids better than me. It's terrible. It's hard. We're
See,
not built for that.
Trevor, 6-year-old kids can do it.
Yeah.
It's
My
the
6-year-old
falling
sister
part.
can rock climb.
Falling when you're 150 something kilos is not good.
It hurts a
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah, it's a different ball game.
I remember we went into the place and I was telling the guy that was going to give us our orientation. I was trying to tell him, like, my friend's pretty big. Like, is it okay if he climbs? He's like, oh, like, he can't be that big. And then, like, Trevor comes in.
They're gonna put a weight limit on the wall the next time.
Yeah.
Maybe me and
Yeah.
Oliver could find one in Moose Jaw. We'll go together when we're drunk.
Oh hell yeah, let's go post meet rock climbing. Then you
See
can
who
fall and
can
break
go
your arm. It
higher.
doesn't matter.
If there's a rock climbing gym in Moose Jaw, I will be shocked.
I was just Googling it and I'm pretty sure there is.
What?
That's what
Oh,
I was
God.
doing. Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say too, that we should just get you and Oliver just head to head matchup, see who can do
Holy
more.
fuck. The fucking
Who
wall would
dies
just fall over.
Let's
That
see,
would be
Moose
great.
Jaw rock
How big is
climbing.
Oliver? Is he about the same? Like, same weight?
He's
Bit
160
heavier.
kilos.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Okay.
Yeah.
Has he been
Yeah.
rock climbing?
No, not to my knowledge.
What if he's a pro? He's just
Yeah, maybe
always
he
rock
like secretly
climbing.
rock climbs with my brother. He's coming for you, Trevor.
So guys, it looks promising. It looks like there is some rock climbing. So
So
yep,
screw the
that's what we're
bowling.
doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
how close is it to the venue? Is it a drunk walk or what are we talking about?
maybe.
A couple
So
of
I just
beers, then
went
you'll be
on.
down.
Probably. He will be for sure. That's when his confidence will be up. Especially, I mean, he's gonna do a good job, but if he didn't do a good job at the meet, then it's even better. He'll have
Yeah,
something to prove.
even more competitive. You guys are both
Yeah.
gonna be on the same flight home with a cast.
Yeah, probably.
God.
Okay, so I looked it up. I just typed in Moose Jaw and zoomed in. So I actually see the Inner Strength Products HQ, which is cool. It's
Oh,
like
that's
one of the
cool.
main things. And then, guys, hear me out. There's a Dairy Queen.
Oh,
Yep.
Amazing. We'll all have a cake to ourselves, and then we'll go rock climbing.
that sounds like a good
Wow.
plan.
This could work.
That's
Yeah, I
looking
think
good.
we're done. We're done lifting like midday too, so it's game on.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can pre-game for the banquet.
that's right.
Hey, let me check this. Hold on. The weather though. Kayla will be used to it, but we won't. It says -18 right now, so it
Perfect.
might be even worse out back by then.
If it's like
Yeah.
us in February, it's the coldest. So
Yeah.
Oh, it
yeah,
probably
like right
is.
now, it got really hot out of nowhere. It's like it was 2 degrees yesterday.
Oh wow.
So yeah, but in February, it's our coldest month.
Yeah, but if we drink 1,000,000 beers, it won't matter.
Facts.
Yeah. We'll just see who can stay outside the longest. You come.
Fuck.
Yeah, so it looks like it's just like kind of the same. I'm sure it does get really bad, but it just seems like -15 to 20, so it's not that
No,
bad.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's a perfect walking
That's
temperature.
okay. Well, that's good. When you're big and fat like me and Oliver, it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe we can go swimming too.
Outside.
That might be pushing it.
If we have enough.
Actually,
All
one
the
of
guys
the
went swimming after
hotels,
PEI.
one of the hotels they had listed as like a meat hotel has like a thermal pool or something like that. Looked like an
Yeah.
outdoor pool that's heated.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Oh,
really?
That's cool.
Yeah, something like that.
We
Is
can
that
make
the
it
I think
our
it was
goal
like
to
the,
like
the
break
bougie
in.
one though. We didn't pick that one.
Yeah, no, same.
We did the cheaper one.
You guys all looked at it and didn't get it.
It
I
was
think there was
expensive, I
two
think.
hotels that looked like really bougie, like fancy, and
Yeah,
then there were two that were like. Me and Trevor picked the
$100 a
one that
night.
had the kitchenette in it, so at least we have like a microwave and a fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Hey, swimming in Moose Jaw.
Oh god.
You guys probably have a pool. You guys probably have an indoor one at both your hotels. So whatever, we'll
Probably.
make it work.
I'm not
We'll
sure.
do a triathlon. We're gonna have rock climbing, swimming,
Triathlon and drinking.
drinking.
Yeah, Dairy Queen and a shot between or a beer between every attempt.
Yeah.
Oh my
That'll be
god.
good.
Or milk. You were chucking all over like 15 milks during last national.
Oh yeah, it's because he was doing the GOMAD, the gallon of milk a day.
During the meet though?
Yeah, he drinks milk at the gym all the time. He brings like a 2 liter carton, and
Oh my gosh.
it's his
Holy crap.
pre-workout, during workout, and post-workout meal.
What an
Oh,
animal.
I
yeah,
actually
he
heard
is an
milk
animal.
milk is more hydrating than water for some reason. Like I guess the
Well, it's
nutrients that
like,
are in it.
yeah, it's loaded with potassium and like magnesium and sodium and stuff, so it's great. And there's
Yeah,
carbs, so I mean,
Maybe that's the trick. That's how I get my bench up.
yeah, exactly.
the milk.
Get on the
Actually,
go,
that
man.
is.
You
Yeah,
definitely
that
have a
is
good
probably the way.
milk bloat going at the gym.
Oh
I
god.
I
don't
mean,
know
he's
about for
used to it.
deadlifting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. He'll just like chug 2 liters of milk and then go like max his squat, and it doesn't affect him. So
That's
Oh
That
my
would
awesome.
gosh.
yeah.
that would affect me in the worst way possible.
Yeah, I know. What a
Like,
I think
wuss.
he gets more comments on the milk at the gym than like the actual lifts. It's funny.
does he drink chocolate milk or just normal?
Just straight up normal milk, unless he needs like the extra carbs.
Okay.
It's like two liters of like chocolate milk has like 300 grams of like carbs and sugar and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's a
Hey,
little
stay away
overboard.
from the sugar.
It's overkill, you know. Don't want to get into the 120 plus category, you know.
So do you guys both like track your calories and things like that?
Oh, him no, but me when I'm preparing for a meet, like yes, it depends when. Like sometimes I'm so busy I don't need to track. Like I just lose weight. But if I like have to actually lose weight for a meet, I'll track. Like it doesn't bother me. It's on and off. So
Okay.
depends. Yeah,
You just make sure you're eating enough, like well enough, and then it doesn't matter if it's
exactly.
perfect.
Yeah,
And Oliver just eats. Just
yeah.
just
He just
go.
eats when he can.
Yeah.
He
So
told me something about unlimited pizza. I
Yes,
don't
it's because
know.
we have a pizzeria.
Oh, you guys own like a pizza shop?
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of the crazy aspects about the World's Prep is we opened it like a couple months beforehand. So
Oh
we
my
were
god.
working like crazy hours, 100 hours a week, training at like 5 a.m. Sometimes I'd be texting Phil like, dude, today just the training wasn't happening. So it was cool that like things pulled together. But yeah, we have unlimited pizza, you could say.
That's amazing. That makes more sense now. I was like, what is he talking about?
It's good for the gains.
wow, even more reason for us to drive out there to the new gym, guys. Unlimited pizza.
Yeah,
We gotta
we'll
support the
have
pizzeria.
exactly. No, if we have a meet one day, like in our town, we're gonna supply everyone with pizza like at the end. It's gonna be a free for all.
That's very cool. That'll be like everyone will stick with powerlifting for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's worth the drive. You get a box of pizza.
How did you guys get into that? Like, you just decided, fuck it, we're opening a pizza shop, or like, did you do something
Well,
similar before?
yeah, we had another restaurant before. We both like we have a third partner too. All three of us we dropped out of school and we knew we wanted to be like entrepreneurs. And we got into restoration and yeah, we decided to open the pizzeria this year to kind of diversify what we were doing, and it's going pretty well. So it's
Oh,
fun.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
What was the other restaurant? Is it like what kind of restaurant?
it's a donut coffee shop.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we
Well,
wanted to
pizza
go
is
more
do
into the
everything.
pizza because people order more pizza in a year than coffee and donuts. So
Yeah, and Oliver needed the unlimited pizza.
exactly, there's even chicken wings. So it's just
Honestly,
great.
those coffee shops, like Trevor and I went to Lake Placid recently, and there was like little fancy coffee shops that charge like
Oh
$8
yeah,
for a
they
little
took all your money.
Yeah,
like we were getting these coffees. They were so good. It was called Sweater Weather. It was like espresso, maple syrup, and stuff like that. Whatever, but it was like $8 for like a thing of coffee.
a little
It
tiny
was like,
coffee. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Mm.
so good. But
Yeah,
I
no,
imagine those places make a killing.
You
yeah.
guys, $8 per coffee?
Something
Yeah,
like
fuck
that.
it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's terrible.
Holy
That's like
crap,
11 Canadian
guys.
dollars.
I
Yeah,
know.
what is wrong with you
I hate
guys?
that when I'm in the States. I never convert. Like whenever I'm buying, it makes you feel so bad.
You
You
get
get
home and
home
you're
and you
like,
have to
what
pay
have
your
I
credit
done?
card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. $8 coffee in USD is so bad.
It's like monopoly money. It's just free money. It's
So you guys
So
are
when
gonna
you
like run that town soon. You get the pizza shop, you got the coffee shop, and now you're talking about
in a
opening the
gym,
gym.
yeah, the gym's always been like a kind of a side thing that we would like to do eventually. When we had enough members too, because in the beginning we were like 5 people doing powerlifting. So I mean, would have been kind of a
Hmm.
crappy gym, but
Yeah.
the owner of like the commercial gym we're at, he wants to sell eventually, and we're kind of thinking about maybe buying it as a group or something. It would be really
Oh,
cool.
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Then you somehow move the pizza shop into the gym and do a 2-for-1.
we convert them.
That'd be crazy. I'd be a member.
Yeah, well, you can come and visit us anytime, man.
I heard something about they do that at Planet Fitness where they'll like sometimes have pizza. So like people are leaving from their workout and they're just giving them pizza. Like,
The
yeah,
marketing scheme.
yeah.
Yeah, they have that, and then I think they have like a bowl of like candy and stuff. Maybe not like it's like the Tootsie Rolls or something like that. Like they always have,
Okay.
yeah, like it's just like candies every single time you leave the gym. I don't know. I mean, for
Their business
powerlifting
model is
gym,
crazy though. It's like $10 a month and like no one
Yeah.
goes. So they have like tons of members and just no one shows up.
yeah,
I mean
you
that
don't want
that's
to
their
cancel them.
business plan. I mean, like if
Yeah.
you have 100 people pay $10 and don't come, I mean you're kind of you're in a
But
very good business in
they
a
come
way.
once a month and they get pizza.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's actually genius.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see Trevor's gears turning right now. He's like,
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
He's like, we
How
gotta
much?
get this done.
How much pizza can I get for that $10 membership?
We were also wondering, where did the monster truck nickname come from?
I came from my old coach, actually. Like, my last name is Overchuck. He used to make fun of my last name and like post random names all the time, like Kayla Underchuck, Kayla Dumpster Truck, Kayla Monster Truck. And one day he posted Kayla Monster Truck, and I had a bunch of people texting me, "Hey, you should change your hands on that." And I was like, "Okay, fine."
Oh
And it
wow.
just stuck. So yeah, it was a meme, and then it kind of turned into a thing. So
I like it. It's good. It's a good name.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
it works well. I
Mm.
remember, I think after your big Centrals performance, like when you pulled 500 or whatever, that's how I knew you by the monster truck girl.
Yeah. No, that's
It
yeah.
works well.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
first thing I remember was Monster Truck.
and Gino thought it was funny. I don't think he said it this year, but last year at Nats, someone told him, and like after I squatted the national record, he's like the monster truck, and I was like, oh man, I was embarrassed. I was like, crap. So yeah, it stuck.
So do you know when you're competing next? Like will it be your provincials or something before like 2026 nationals?
Probably, yeah. I want to compete like the minute I'm able to compete again, like safely after having the baby. So
When do you guys normally do your provincials?
recently they've been in December, so it's a good timeline. It would be really perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, they change
Yeah,
sometimes. Like the junior ones are earlier than the open ones, but
yeah,
Have you
you
ever
have
done
a
where the Fitlog meets? Like I think there's one coming up around nationals, right? The Fitlog.
yeah, I've been invited before, but it's always right around nationals or like a little bit too close to worlds to make sense to go, and it's really far, Quebec. It's like an 11-hour drive.
Okay.
So like not really worth it. But I would like to go eventually if I don't have another meet close. But it's just bad timing.
it's a money meet, isn't it?
Yeah, you get they kind of do like a mini Sheffield, but it's with the provincial records. If you beat it like in the highest percentage, and I
Oh,
think
that's
like the
cool.
winner gets like 1,500, second place gets like 1,000, and then third place gets
Oh,
like
that's
five
pretty
hundred
decent.
bucks. Yeah, it's really nice too because the Fitlog is just really cool. Like there's 10,000 people, and it's huge. It's a really big event. So
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
is it
yeah,
like a convention?
They used to do something
yeah.
like the Toronto Pro Show. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
It was like they had like bodybuilding and sorts of stuff, and then they had a powerlifting meet there too. And it was the same thing. It was like a big
Yeah.
convention, so there was like tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, there's arm wrestling, bodybuilding, there's all sorts of stuff. I've never been, but it looks really cool.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess if it was even the $1,500 if you had to fly there and buy all
Yeah.
Oliver's milk and everything, it's pretty expensive.
It's pretty expensive in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, we get that going in Ontario again. We gotta get the Red Plates Classic going.
That
Yeah.
would be cool. We'll
Something
come if
like
you do
that.
that.
That'd be good.
Oh, that
Do
would
like
be
a
great.
local meet, like in like November or something, and I'll that could be my first meet back.
Oh hell yeah!
This could be the one.
See, we'll just start throwing meats, and then you guys work on the pizza food truck, and then you can drive
Okay.
that down. We send everyone out there, like go get some pizza, and it's
Yeah,
just
exactly. It's gonna
infinite
be a
business
circular
glitch.
economy.
That
Exactly.
would be good.
Yeah.
The pizza food truck would be incredible. Imagine them rolling up to that at the meet.
Mhm.
They'd make a
Yeah,
freaking killing.
it'd be really cool. We want to do a food truck eventually, but it's like there's rights on a food truck already with the franchise we're with, so
Uh,
gotta fix that complication out first.
Yeah, and the food truck too, like I feel like I don't really know anything about food truck business, but I feel like it would be better in like a very popular like city, right? Like where you could just, oh, no one's here buying, and then you just like go somewhere else.
Well, yeah, we had a food truck with the donut shop, metal. And it's funny because it's the smallest towns that were like the busiest almost because they have like
Oh
nothing
wow.
there. Like when the food truck pulls up, everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, there's something happening in the town." So we would sell there for like a week or two, and then we'd move to a
Oh,
different town. So it was like our scheme. We would just move every couple weeks, and it was great.
that's smart. And you could
Yeah.
like maybe leave some flyers. We're coming down for this time frame. And then the Heights building, everyone's like,
Oh
ah.
yeah. Our Facebook page, like because like I said, where we live, we're like in the central of like a bunch of places that are an hour away. And they'll all like fight for when's the food truck coming here? When's the food truck coming here? So it would build up a hype. It
Wow.
was cool. Yeah.
That's
In
very
the
cool.
winter it sucks, but in the summer it's great.
That's very cool. It's a good business. I didn't even think about it that it would work so well in a small town area.
Yeah, we're like blessed to be in a small town because like every opening that we've done and stuff, everyone throws themselves at it because there's nothing else to do. Like we have a bowling alley and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's like there's this place. It's like really. It's in North Vancouver Island. It's called Tofino. They have this
Okay.
thing called Taco Fino. So it's like a food. It started as a food truck, but now it's like super. Like it's like famous. Like it's known for that. It was like, and now it's like a permanent food truck. So they have a truck, but I don't think it moves anymore. But it's like these like
Like
really popular tacos. I remember I went there with my friend. And they were like really expensive, but really good tacos. So it works.
that's cool. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about most of the things we wanted to bring up, but is there anything else you want to touch on?
Not that I can think of.
Hmm. Oh, well, actually, I did want to know, this is one of the things that we were thinking about asking. You came into the sport and like within 2 years you've made it to Worlds twice and you've had so much success. Did you initially think once you did your first meet, like, wow, I could be really, really good at this?
Yes and no. I was really happy with my first performance. When I started out, the provincial records were so low that I only totaled like 430 and I beat like the squat, the deadlift, and the total record. So I was like super hype and I was like, damn, this is really cool. So the goal was just to keep increasing slowly. And it was when my coach was like, you probably could have a shot at going to Worlds eventually. I was like, huh, that could be an interesting goal. So it just became something on the table, but it was more like taking one meet at a time. And after winning nationals, and I was like, okay, this is actually happening. So it was more of a slow journey, I guess, of building up what was going to happen.
Wow. I wish it was like that for me. I came, started competing. It was like, wow, I did good at my first meet. And then it's like, whoa. All right, we have an uphill battle. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Well, you
very
kind
cool
of you
Yeah.
though.
had that moment at the first Worlds, like you went to Worlds and there was like some crazy competition, came eighth, but it's pretty cool to see like how much progress you made in the one year from eighth to
Yeah.
pulling for gold, right?
Well, I got a new coach and dealing with my injuries and stuff helped a lot on increasing my deadlift overall. Like my deadlift was stuck at fourth place for a while, but with Phil in a year, we brought it up to 500. Like I think the strength was always there. My technique was just really crappy. So every time I'd max out, I couldn't lock properly or like it was really technique that was lacking. So my deadlift just went up like crazy, and my bench too. My prep for Worlds was crazy on bench. Like I have a really crappy bench compared to the other girls, but I was stuck at 80 kilos for like the past 6 meets I've done. So it was really cool getting my 3-on-3 benches. Like it's my biggest accomplishment I've ever done.
Yeah, I feel like bench is tricky, like especially for girls when it's like a bigger percentage, like a 2.5 kilo jump, like can sometimes be pretty big, you know, like when you're
Oh
at the
yeah,
top.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single meet I've done before this year, it's like the first time I've gotten all three benches at Worlds and at Nationals, but it's
Yeah.
always in 2.5 kilo jumps, and I would fail miserably. Like
Yep.
not even close to getting it off the chest, but my second was easy.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
In saying that, I've also done that too. I did 2.5 and failed. So
it's terrible. The walk of shame.
yeah. Did you, when you went to your first Worlds, because like your first three meets, like you won all three, right? Like you did provincials and won, and then did nationals and won. Was it like a kind of an eye opener when you went to your first Worlds, or like, holy crap, these people are strong? Or did you kind of
Uh,
expect that?
it was crazy. Like just in my category, and Laura was competing. She's now open. She benched like 150. It was just
Wow.
crazy. Like watching, like it was not maybe it was like 147 or something like that. Like she benched a lot. I was just in the warm up room looking at it. I was like, holy crap, she's in my category and she's benching like over 3 plates. And there was another girl from the States who also benched like 130. Like there was a couple girls who were benching 120 plus, and I was like, what the crap, man? Like, where do you learn this skill? It was crazy to witness. So it was really motivating afterwards. I was like, okay, these girls can bench this much. We gotta stop benching 80 kilos for real.
But when you've seen it, it kind of just motivated you, though. It
Yeah.
wasn't like you weren't like scared or like shook by it. You're like, okay, I know that I can get my bench up if these guys can do
Well, it was like a questioning, like, what am I doing wrong? Because like if these people can bench this much, like, dude, my squat's good, my deadlift is good, but my bench is just absolute dog crap. I finished last. We were mixed with the sub juniors, and like on deadlift, I almost had a chance at the podium. I finished fourth. But yeah, on bench I finished like 23rd. I was like the ratio isn't
that.
working. So it was motivating, I guess. I was like, okay, there's something not working. We gotta find out what's not working and get it. So I'm really happy that Phil managed to find out like a good program that works for me, and my bench has gone up at like 20 kilos. So it's nice.
Yeah, your bench was doing well. Did you find it was what did you guys do differently? Like is it
Lots of technique changes and tweakings. Like, we would change, work on it for 4 weeks. If it didn't end up working out at the end of the block, we'd change it again. Because it's only when I get heavy that my technique would break down. So I have a lot of trouble pushing, not like vertically. So
Mm.
my major downfall. We're still working on it to this day, but it's getting better.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. Because that same Centrals, Kyle was reading the stats, but you hit your opener and then you missed your other two. Was that just like
Yeah,
strength?
it was something like that. Yeah, yeah, it was terrible. Bench. One of them was commands and one of them was strength. Like,
Okay.
yeah, my nominated total, I think it was 80 kilos, but I ended up benching 92, so it helped my total a lot at World. So
Yeah, the bench was a sleeper because your
yeah,
meet before that, probably what you put in as your qualifying total was 80. Yeah, so you added 12 and a
yeah,
half.
yeah.
Did you
My
actually do
bench was
that to
my
trick?
secret weapon.
Did you do that to trick everyone at Worlds to pretend you
It
have an 80
wasn't the
kilo
goal,
bench
but
and
I
then you?
mean, hey,
It worked.
the bench was just carrying the boats for this one.
Yeah, that's a crazy turnaround. So 80 kilo bench
Yeah,
at Centrals and then 92 and a half, 12 and a half up from the last
yeah.
meet. That's awesome.
And Ryan and Danny wanted to load 95, but I was just like not confident enough to do it. I was like, oh, I've never succeeded in a third bench in my life. Like I've never did more than a 6 for 9 in like every competition I've ever done up until this point.
Wow.
So like at Worlds and Nationals, I finally did 8 for 9. But I was like, dude, just because of the curse, I'm gonna fail if you put 95. But yeah, I think it would have been there. So
Well, last two meets you went 3 for 3 on bench, so
yeah, that's
it's
great.
becoming the new theme.
Exactly. Now I can actually try to push.
Yeah, and when you come back, you can do your first 9 for 9 meet because I think you said you only
Exactly.
did eight for 9 up until this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's because I mean
Imagine,
the Worlds was a YOLO pull, and at Nationals I was just way too fried after the second pull. It was my
yeah.
slowest 500 pull of my life, and I was like, dude, my hips and back were not having it. It wasn't even close to coming off the floor. We added like 5 kilos, and it was just like not happening. So
Yeah, your body was like, we're done.
yeah, we
Go
should have
home.
scratched that last lift.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Still a very good day.
Yeah.
And how did it feel like winning Open Nats?
It was overwhelming, honestly. Because at first I wasn't supposed to do Nats. I joked around with Phil, like, hey, we should do it just because I'm going to be there because I was going to watch Oliver. And he was like, that would be really stupid to compete a week after. But when he saw that Jess was going into the 84s, he was like, hey, you could shoot your shot, And I was like, okay. So it was, at first, it was kind of just like a out there. I was like, I'm going to try my best and see what happens. And then after we won, like, we had a big conversation after the bank because I was like really overwhelmed with the situation. I was like, I don't think I should go to open world. But it was like it was really cool, but also really overwhelming. Like you have a little bit of imposter syndrome of like you're still a junior and you're gonna go to like the open stage where there's like a bunch of really, really strong people. So yeah.
Was the plan to go to Open Worlds though? Like up until the pregnancy, were you going to end up doing it, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was 100% gonna go, but then there was a surprise. So
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. It's definitely intimidating, but you definitely earned your
yeah.
spot. You earned your spot, right, to go.
Oh yeah, that's what Phil was saying. I was like, dude, I don't know. It feels just kind of like, like okay, just went it's an 84, so it's kind of like just happened, but it was just freaky
Yeah,
to
you still had some really good competition though, and like
yeah,
it was a week after Worlds, so
yeah. No, it was a really fun experience and it was a different like coming out from that win was a really different experience than the other ones. Like at Worlds, I was just really hyped. It was really cool and everything. But at Worlds, at Nationals, I was like, holy crap, what did I get myself into? So
what one do you feel like meant more to you, like for the win?
the
Or
Worlds,
yeah,
yeah, 100%. Just the ambience there and like how it felt. It was so fun.
yeah.
It was a blast.
Did you guys go enjoy the beach and stuff before you came to PEI? Like
Oh
in
yeah,
Malta? Yeah.
we spent like 9 days there. We did a lot of activities before the competition because I had to do my water cut and everything, so we got there pretty early. It ended up being hella easy because it was like 40 degrees over there.
You're
People who weren't making
sweating.
weight just went outside. You would go outside for 2 seconds and you'd start sweating. It was terrible. Like the banquet was in a bar outside that was way too small for like 400 athletes. It was disgusting. After 15 minutes, half of the people left. But it was a really, really nice island. But if you weren't swimming, you were just dying from heat. So
Yeah, I bet you it's amazing. I want to go there one day for sure.
it's paradise for real. Like it's the nicest place I've ever visited so far.
I remember I saw something. I really wanted to go to Malta because I thought it was like a really cool place. But I think it was maybe Nick that posted like it was like a Starbucks and it was hilarious because it was like all like old Italian architecture and then just like a random Starbucks sign and
Yeah,
like a big
yeah.
line of people showing up. Yeah.
No, there's a couple of businesses over there like that, but it's a really antique place, and they have in Valletta and stuff. They film a lot of movies over there, so it's like there's a bunch of like war settings and stuff. It's really cool to take a tour over there. Like you get to
Yeah.
spot like where the Game of Thrones certain places were filmed and everything. We got to see like the ruins of it and stuff. It was cool.
Well, that's was Game of Thrones filmed like or parts of it filmed there or something?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, there was a couple of movies. We took a tour and they showed us a bunch of stuff like, hey, this was used in this movie and this. It's like one of the biggest places known for filming movies because they can like disguise the island to look like so many different places.
Oh, okay.
So it's cool.
Yeah, there's not many places where it's like an island, castles and water. Like it
Yeah.
looks pretty. Yeah.
It's you see like all the old war like how the war strategies were laid out and stuff. It was really interesting.
That was like when Luke and I did the hike to in Newfoundland. It was like the big harbor, and it showed like where they had cannons and like all different things, I
Yeah,
guess, to defend from people that were coming. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like I said, it was really cold when me and Kyle went, but I'd walked because I'd done the 2022 nationals. You didn't do that one, did you?
No, my first one was 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, you had just started then. But
Yeah.
I did that nationals and we went on like the actual tour, like me, Actually, or was it? There's no tour. It was just Nick Manders knew everything, and he was telling
He was your
me.
tour guide.
Yeah, he convinced me that I was on a tour, but no, I was thinking like, where was the tour? No, it was just Nick. He was just walking and just telling me everything and pointing at everything, and yeah, it was cool though. Like, I assuming he didn't
Mhm.
make it all up, and it's real.
The
It
dude was
was
just
him
like
just
making
rambling.
crap out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Trying to
like,
make a
why is this
memorable
Luke guy here?
adventure.
Yeah. No, I think I Googled it after just to be sure, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So it is nice that like when we travel, we for competition and stuff, we can
Yeah.
enjoy it, learn.
It's
Yeah.
like
So
less stressful too. It's like a little vacation. You can just forget you're
yeah,
competing and then boom, the stress comes on the day you compete.
yeah. When you wake up and it's like, oh, I have to weigh in soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay.
Yeah. That's the one thing that sucks is weigh-ins. Like when you first got there, were you nervous about eating and stuff, or you were fine? Like,
Well, in Malta, it was a lot better than Romania last year because it was a buffet, like all included. Like I had to do a gut cut, but like there was cake and ice cream all day for free. Like it
oh
was really
wow.
easy, like water and stuff too. Like in Romania, we had to walk to a grocery store like 10 minutes away to just get water every day. Like it wasn't very accessible in Romania, and they had like one restaurant, but I mean, you're not gonna go and buy food there, but the buffet had a lot of options and it was really great. Oliver was crazy. Could eat like four plates every meal while I was eating my almonds and cookies. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it
that's
was
good.
pretty
That makes a
easy.
big difference because I like so
Yeah.
South Africa is similar where like we had to take like a bus and also like where we were was kind of on like a compound, so you felt like safer on the
Yeah.
compound because certain areas in South Africa were like oh. So like we took a bus to go to like the grocery store and then we'd have to buy
Yeah.
like big jugs of water and like all our groceries and stuff and bring it back like on the bus.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
then
I'd
if you
imagine
forget
having
something,
the
you get back to the hotel. It's like crap.
yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine the buffet would help a lot.
Oh, really? Just even for the refeed. Like I remember in Romania, I was so stressed out, I didn't even think about the refeed. Like it was the Australian team. They ended up giving me a bag of rice because I was like, holy crap, Oliver, like I don't have anything for the refeed. I just didn't think about it. I went to the restaurant, it was closed when I was competing. Like they closed in the
Oh,
afternoon.
Oh
So I was
no.
freaking out. The other teams were super nice and stuff, but it was just like the stress of being at your first international meet. I just didn't think that far. So but this year we just went to the buffet mid-meet and I was like, okay, let's get some bagels and stuff. It's
That's
really
good.
worth it. They should do all international meets on like all included basis. It's really it makes a difference.
yeah, that sounds fun.
Did
So
you have
was
to like
it?
have your food scale and like weigh your cake and
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah. But it's okay because all the other athletes were doing the same thing. So I mean, it didn't look strange. Like in
Yeah,
the
true.
beginning, the employees were like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Then it became normal, so it's fine.
You can eat cake and cookies on a cut. How does
Yeah.
that work?
It's
My
funny
favorite
whenever
part
I
is when
try
we
to
go to real
explain that
restaurants. Yeah.
to a normal person, they're like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's
Yeah.
the ice cream thing. People are always like baffled. Like,
Yeah. They're like,
yeah,
Maybe I need to start doing that. Maybe that's the trick.
no,
that is
That
the trick.
Sure,
I gotta
that's why
get
you weigh in light because you do the cut anyway without knowing it, just full of
Yeah,
cake and ice
exactly.
yeah.
cream.
That's how I
Bro's
get to
just cutting all year
160.
long.
Yeah.
Luke, you're not really a fan of gut cuts, right? Like, you don't really like them.
No, I don't like it. Like I think mentally it's like why am I eating cake and ice cream before I lift? But also just like physically, like my stomach isn't like just would rather have like nice clean foods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I
but
remember
mentally too. Yeah,
Austin said something to me
Austin
too, where
talked.
he was like, "Why are you eating like this crap? Like, you should treat your body like a race car. Like, put in
Yeah.
pro- put in proper fuel." But I'm like, for me, I feel like the water cut affects me so much more.
Yeah,
Like versus if
same.
I can like just do the gut cut, like I don't know, it's not that bad.
Hmm.
It's definitely
Yeah,
more fun. Like I remember I did
yeah.
it, got cut a few times, and you're just eating like Ben and Jerry's and like
Yeah.
even like chocolates and stuff,
I find by the
and
end of the gut cut though, I'm sick of it. I'm
yeah.
like, I want real food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the refeed is
Uh,
like god tier when you can finally eat something like different.
yeah.
Couldn't
mhm.
you just go to like fucking Taco Bell and do it?
uh,
No, because it's like you want stuff that's like
Wait,
low
is that a
fiber.
Frenchie?
Yeah, this is Belfast.
what?
Oh my god.
Damn, I didn't know you had a
Yeah, sleep
Frenchie.
apnea.
Sleep
Luke,
apnea?
That's
Yeah, he also
good.
has like awake apnea. We're just
Awake
snoring all
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Awake
Gizmo.
apnea.
Gizmo, come. You have to say hi too.
That's kind of what Onyx has actually. My
Yeah.
dog like sounds
Yeah,
like a
Mr. Rip.
velociraptor when she's breathing.
Yeah.
She's like,
He's got such big eyeballs. Hey, look, it's a friend.
I just made him wake up from a nap, so he's not
Dude.
happy.
Yeah, well, he's been sleeping beside me the whole time.
that's
What's
funny.
up with this guy?
Ah, it's great. I got him like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Oh, he's
Yeah,
new.
yeah, he's brand new.
That's awesome. How old is he?
He's a year old. Yeah, it was someone we knew who had to get rid of him because of a separation.
Okay.
So, and I wanted a dog, so I was like, hell yeah.
I
He's
was
like
gonna
the
say
best
he
dog in
looks
the world.
big.
He
Yeah, he
is
looks big
big.
for
He's 21
like
pounds,
brand
man.
new. Okay. Yeah, he's a cutie.
Yeah.
That's good. You guys just have the one dog?
We have two dogs actually because we got him and then we thought he needed a friend. So
That's
we got
good.
another dog last week.
Wow.
See a Frenchie too?
No, it's Australian Shepherd.
Oh, cool.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
Oh,
duo.
Yeah, because he grew up with a husky and like
oh, okay.
he's too lazy to like exercise, so if he doesn't have another dog with him. So we
Mm.
got another dog to force him to like move.
Is the other
That's good.
dog like a baby?
Yeah, yeah, she's crazy. She's destroying everything and stuff, but it'll be fine in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Gizmo's going back to bed now. He's done. He's done with it.
Yeah, they're very sleepy dogs.
Hmm.
Try to
Yeah,
take him on walks, and like after 2 minutes, he just sits and he puts his arms in there. He wants like uppies, so he
yeah,
just
because
doesn't want
it's
to exercise.
and because it's so cold out too, right? Like, is there lots of snow
Yeah,
over there?
yeah, there's a lot. And what's
Mm.
funny is when we got him, he wore a sweater like every day of his life till he was a year old. So he loves being dressed. Like if you pull out
Oh
a shirt
wow.
and show him the shirt, he freaks out and tries to put his head in it. Like he loves being dressed up. So he has like a little wardrobe
Uh,
and everything.
That's hilarious.
He used to judge people who dressed up their dogs, but like he gets pissed off if we take off his clothes. So we're
he
like
doesn't want to
trapped.
be naked.
Exactly.
That's so good. Does he
Yeah.
wear the boots like for his paws?
He wouldn't go outside because of the snow. He'd like lift up his paws and stuff. So we got boots just to see if he would walk, and he ended up being the happiest dog in the world and took a really
Oh
long walk.
wow.
So yeah, bro just needed some drip.
Yeah, he's probably even more happy. Now he gets to have shoes and a sweater.
Yeah, we got him a Jingle Bell sweater for Christmas with his little like neon blue boots. It's really funny. He's the funniest dog I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
highly
like
suggested if you guys want a funny dog to get Frenchie.
like my dog Onyx is like a Great Dane. So her like
Okay.
when she's cold, she has to wear this like giant red coat. And I hate how it looks, but like she has to wear it. It looks hilarious.
No,
But she's
exactly.
the
Like
same way.
you.
When I pull it out, she gets like fired up to put it on. She's like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
She like,
exactly.
yeah.
No, it's like what's the word? It's saying that it's humiliating to like show people like, yes, this is my dog. He's all dressed up. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
The happy nut. Can't see. Oh, maybe not.
Where is he?
Oh,
It's
you
weird
guys
because I have
both
the
He
dis
filter on.
disappeared.
Oh, he's gone. It's not showing him. It's weird.
Can't detect him.
He's lying. He doesn't have a cat.
Oh, you
No.
almost saw him. I don't know. It's weird with the filter thing.
Your screen's not working.
Okay, well, I think we can end it off here. Is there anything that you want to talk about before we go?
No, it's great. Thanks for the podcast. I think we
Of
went over
course.
everything.
Yeah, happy that we got you on finally. We'll see you soon, I guess, in Moose Jaw.
Yeah,
That'll be
we're gonna
fun.
go rock
And
climbing.
yeah, we have to, like we were saying, like you go, you travel, you got to explore. So we'll go have the best adventures in Moose Jaw. It'll be
Exactly.
amazing.
We're gonna find stuff to do. Ryan said there's nothing to do, but I'm determined.
Yeah, no,
We'll
it'll
have
be
some
fun.
drinks and
It'll be
figure it out.
fun.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right. Well, everyone, it's Kayla underscore monster truck on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So go give her a follow. And anyone else or anything else you want to shout out before we go?
That's pretty much all. Thank you guys for the podcast that you guys are doing. It's really cool to see all the different faces talk about the sport. It's nice to have a podcast covering Canadian powerlifting.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And we're happy that we had you on. You're one of the first 20 episodes. So, yeah.
I think
You
she's
guys
the
finally beat
first.
the odds.
Oh, wow. You know what? You're the first junior.
Yeah, I was gonna say first junior and
Oh,
first
nice.
Quebecer, right?
Quebec. Yeah.
Well, we
Besides
had Jimmy
Jimmy.
on, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but he
Yeah,
was assisting more. So,
Jimmy's a fake
yeah.
Quebecer, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm
fighting
shots
words.
kidding.
fired.
Oh, Kayla, I forgot to say too. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm pretty sure that you and Oliver have the biggest couple total in the CPU now.
We might. That
Because
that could be a possibility since it's the
I,
120 plus.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was me and my wife had it, but then you guys killed us.
Oh, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna get a new certificate with that.
Yeah, because I think ours is like 1287, and then Oliver did 900. You guys are at like 1300 something now.
Oh, we'd
Dang.
be at 14 because he did his first 900 total. We'd be at
Oh,
like
I
14 with
can't
12.
count. So maybe we're at 1387. I'm not good
Close
at math.
enough.
Yeah, you guys just beat us out. I'm pretty sure if my math is correct.
Well, I'll check
All
up
right.
on that.
Well, Trevor, you need to have a super meet to take back your
Now I need to
crown.
get my shit
Take
together.
back the throne.
I think we're down like 20 kilos. Well, Paige
Put
isn't
up.
doing this nationals either, so it's just me and Oliver. So
Oh
Okay, well,
yeah.
next year, all four of us are gonna do nationals. It's gonna go head to head.
and we'll find out. And then we'll have a drinking
Exactly.
competition after.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Kayla.
Thank you
And
Yep.
guys.
Thanks, Gil.
we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, have a
Peace,
great night.
everyone.
See ya. Good work,
Bye.
everyone.